Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclyde's MTG. We got Kamigawa leaks again, part 4 for this beautiful Sunday evening. So before we get started, guys, remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comments down below via the YouTube algorithm, helps get the views for the channel and helps support the channel, yada yada yada. So don't forget, guys, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Do your part. I would appreciate it. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell people you don't know. I don't even care. Uh, if you've done everything you can, remember, link in the description to the eBay store. We're getting ready to get Kamigawa to come out. That means the box opening series is going to start. 18 set boosters. All those box openings, along with their EV values and the cards from it, will be posted on the store. So stay tuned, because probably about the first week after release is when they're going to start showing up. You want to get yours first because you're going to know they're packed fresh and from the box. So help support the channel as well if you can't do anything else and you've already subscribed. So let's get started on this new set of spoilers, because man, they look good. Tray tables and seat backs in the full upright position, boys and girls. We're taking off. Here we go. We have the Circuit Mender. So for 3 colorless, we have a 2/3. When it comes into play, you gain 2 life. When it leaves play, you get to draw a card. Seems super sweet. For 3 mana to get a 2/3 that does this is just amazing. This is going to be great and limited. I think this is going to see standard play and maybe even some play in Pioneer and what have you. Because this would just be a great card to blink with Yorion or any other of those weird effects where you can take it out of the battlefield. It says leaves the battlefield. It doesn't say die. It says enter and leaves. So you could easily start doing shenanigans with this to get you to draw cards and gain life. And there may be some other things you can use too that Yorion Blank used to use, like the enchantments and so forth. But this is a creature that can actually block and save you. Plus, it gives you 2 life. And if you don't blink it, for 3 mana, you're still gaining 2 life and drawing a card. What more do you want in life? This is amazing. I love this card. I think it's going to see lots of play. Now, for Modern back, it's probably not going to see anything because it doesn't do a whole lot to like really impact the game. But in those other weaker formats that don't have those really powerhouse cards, I think this is going to be something we start seeing. This looks great. So, moving right along, next we have Hiko Yamazaki, I guess, the general. So for red and 3, it's a 3/3 with trample. It says whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, you may cast target artifact card from your graveyard this turn. This is interesting. So I have mixed emotions. You can cast the card, but you still got to pay the casting cost, which would make it really good for decks like Bobble and stuff in Modern. However, it's 4 mana, which is way more than you would ever want to play when you already have access to things like Luris. So I don't think it's going to make it Modern back. Maybe not even in Pioneer and stuff, because once again, you still have access to Luris. But this will be good in Limited for sure. This could be good in Standard depending on how it plays out, because you do got to swing, and this thing could easily die. So it's only a 3 toughness. Lots of stuff deals 3 damage. I'm on the fence. I think it's going to be okay, but I don't think it's going to be a powerhouse that really shapes the format. So moving right along. Alright, Sunblade Samurai. White and 4 colors for 4/4 with Vigilance. Right on rate for a common. It has Channel. Discard Sunblade Samurai. Search your library for a basic Plains card. Reveal it. Put it to your hand. Gain 2 life. That's a pretty sweet enchantment creature. I'm not going to lie. This Channel ability is going to be a lot like Cycling in the older formats around Amonkhet's timeline. When drafting cards like this were fine, because if you got the 5 mana, then so be it. You got the 5 mana and you just played it. The early game, you could channel this for 2, make sure you hit your land drop for a plains and gain 2 life, then it goes in your graveyard. You don't really care because you're thin in your deck. It's probably not the big beat-all, end-all creature that you need. But in late game, it's not just a fetch a land and I die. It's I'm going to make a 4/4 and try to live. So this is going to be great for limited format. I don't think it's going to see a whole lot of standard play because the cost is outrageous unless there's a lot of search for playing stuff. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I got a white deck on Arena that can hit 5 mana pretty easy. But removal in Standard is pretty good, and this is probably just going to die to it. So probably just Limited is about the best this is going to do. Maybe some Commander, because it's always good to search up Plains. It says basic Plains card, though, so we won't be able to get the cool lands. One thing I do want to point out that we'll notice as we go through these spoilers, we have the sweet anime style of art again on these, what looks like an alternate border of some kind. So that's really cool, and I'm really digging that. So moving right along. All right, another sweet anime style art. Notice borders different again. Guardians of Aboro. So blue and two. So if you don't know, Aboro's Palace in the Clouds. Yada yada yada. The land from the original Kamigawa. Anyway, so blue and two. It's a 3/4 defender. That's not terrible, I guess. Moonfolk is not merfolk. Get that right. Modified creatures you control have attack as though they didn't have defender. So that's okay. I mean, it'd be a good deck for a wall deck that you can modify stuff and swing in, but like, if I'm being honest with you, I just don't see it doing a whole lot in the format. I mean, in limited, it might be good just because it's a big butt blocker for three that maybe you can put a big fat enchantment on and just all of a sudden go ham on somebody. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's really as far as this thing's going. I love the art. All right, so here we're back to the regular cards. You can see here, this is going to be the regular cards. So regular border and so forth. So Historian's Wisdom, green and two colorless, uncommon, enchantment aura, enchant artifact or a creature. When Historian's Wisdom enters the battlefield, enchanted permanent is if enchanted permanent is a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield, you draw a card. As long as the enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +2/+1. Not bad. As an uncommon, I kind of expect a little more at this rate, to be honest with you. Although drawing a card's not, I mean, it's right on rate. You know, draw a card for two, one green for a +2/+1. That's fine. Probably the best thing about this, you can put this on creatures that are vehicles and so forth, and they get the pluses. But it says when it enters the battlefield, the permanent is a creature. We have to look that up because vehicles aren't technically creatures until you crew them. So yeah, but anyway, I don't think this is going to be all that hot. Not even in for, maybe not even for. I mean, it might have a place in limited, but I highly doubt it because the bonuses you're getting ain't that big. And drawing a card, I think there's going to be better ways to do it than with this. So sorry guys, this one ain't gonna cut it. All right, Prodigy's Prototype. All right, so we have a blue, white, and one for a 3/4 vehicle. Wow, artifact. Whenever one or more vehicles you control attack, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this creature crews vehicles as though its power was 2 greater. Wow, this thing is nuts. Crew for 2 ain't hard, and when you start popping out 1/1s, man. So I definitely see there's going to be a vehicle theme here in Kamigawa, if I haven't told you guys already. And it's going to be white-blue, which is odd, but white's got some good power removal, and these creatures are just bonkers. So I think this is going to be in a vehicle deck that gets crewed up if you feel what if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So moving right along, seems to be okay for standard. Probably about it though. All right, Awakened Awareness. So 2 blue and X, enchantment or enchant artifact or creature. Okay, when Awakened Awareness enters the battlefield, put X+1/+1 counters on enchanted permanent. As long as the enchanted permanent is a creature, it has a base power and toughness of 1/1. Okay, so taking all this in, this is a great pump spell to make your little weenie dudes monstrosities to swing in and do killing. Also, notice it says as long as the enchanted permanent is a creature, its base power is toughness is 1/1. That basically means this also could be kind of a removal spell because for 2 blue, you put 0 with no counters. So for 2 blue, you could change any creature into a 1/1 on your opponent's side. That's basically removal. I mean, not the best removal, but if you die to a 1/1 after doing this, then you already lost anyway. I think this is great removal for blue. Very multi-purpose on either side of the battlefield, so it's not contingent to only them having something. You can use it on your side as well for a kill, or to make your creatures big enough that what they're doing doesn't matter. So I like this a lot as a blue card, as pseudo removal, pseudo enhancement. So this is going to see great things happening in limited, and this might even see some standard play for 2 blue. Just going to be honest with you. Depending on how the blue decks come around and what colors are splashing, this might be an option. So yeah, there you have it, guys. So moving right along, next we have, all right, we have a sweet looking uncommon with a new border, the Moon Circuit Hacker. Blue and the colorless for 2/1, ninjutsu 1 blue. That's pretty sweet. For those of you who don't know, ninjutsu is if the creature's unblocked for 1 blue, you can put this creature in its place before damage is dealt. So when the hacker deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless Moon Circuit Hacker entered the battlefield this turn. Okay, so this will be another shenanigan card where for 1 blue, you can put the hacker in, draw a card because it entered the same turn. You don't have to discard, and then you can start like a weird ninjutsu loop because all of the cards have ninjutsu, so you can swing in whichever one isn't blocked. You can ninjutsu the hacker back to your hand, put a different kind of card in, or put a new hacker in play. Actually, um, yeah. So I think this is a great common. It's gonna be amazing in a limited format, and it may have some legs in standard. To be honest with you, depending on what else comes out to help support cards like this, especially with a ninja theme. And commanders, I think commanders definitely want to play something like this, not like one blue draw card. Just saying. So, but other than that, I'm not sure it's gonna go any further than that. So, sorry guys, sorry all you ninja fans out there. All right, so Arm Guard Familiar. So we have a blue and a colorless for a 2/1 artifact creature equipment beast. Boy, that's a mouthful. So it's got Ward 2. It has Reconfigure 4, which is where you can attach it to something to make an artifact, make it an equipment instead of a beast. It says equipped creature gets +2/+1, which is what power it normally has, and Ward 2. So basically, the creature is what it is, and if you attach it to something, it adds that to the creature. Not bad. I do like it, especially if we're going to be using the same kind of thing. If there's a wrath or a remove a spell or a creature dies, whatever it is, and then this falls off and becomes a creature again, that's going to save us from. Uh, it's going to make board wipes really hard to play. Um, and that may be a thing in this new format because board wipes are kind of heavy right now for the most part. So this may have a thing to help deal with that. So as a common, I like it. It'll be great in the limited format. But that's as far as it's going to go. Equips are way too much. All right, guys, here we go. All-star of the leak semester. Nashi, Moon Sage's Scion, black, and 1 colorless, legendary creature, Rat Ninja, mythic, 3/2. Ninjutsu's 4, though. It's a little higher on the casting cost. Let's see what happens when he comes in. Whenever Nashi, the Moon Sage's Scion, deals combat damage to a player, exile top card at player's library. Until end of turn, you may play one of those cards. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. Very interesting. It's almost like a Dark Confidant that has to punch you in the face and then gets the top card of their library. And instead of paying to put it in your hand, you pay just to play it. So I can see this having really, really good legs. Anyway, this will be something really big in standard. This is obviously going to be a powerhouse and limited just because of what it does. For 3 mana, it's going to be iffy if we see this in modern. It's really going to depend on how much this is usable because I say iffy. Normally I would say 3 is almost a bit too much, but there are a lot of 3 cards, but they're a lot more powerful than this. But at the same time, we have things like that are getting played in modern, like companions and stuff for 3. So maybe, but I mean, you have to have ninjutsu to get it in. That's 4. That's really pushing over top. So I don't think it's going to make it in the modern, but we'll have to wait and see. This can be good in Pioneer, Brawl, and those kind of areas, maybe. It's not a terrible card. Ninjutsu can be a thing because you don't have more time to get to more mana on the field, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But I think this is definitely going to have some legs in the standard, guys. This is easily going to be $5 or $10 card. And if you commander guys out there in it for the ninja, this might push it up to maybe even $20 cards. It seems pretty sweet, especially this version of it. This version will probably be 20, seeing how it's alternate art, full border, fancy schmancy. The normal version will probably only be about $5, I would guess. I'd 10 if we're lucky. All right, guys. So with that said, I'd like to say thank you very much for hanging out with me. That's the leaks for Sunday, January 30th, Part 4. And as always, until next time, be kind. And I hope to see you across from the game table.